Well, obviously, it's very important. The especially in a market like Canada, which is a relatively small market, right? 37 million people. Um, much of our innovation and new products and improvements in patient outcomes comes from products that are imported. We unfortunately have precious little domestic manufacturing. We're one of very few that have domestic manufacturing. So to me, the only way that we can continue to kind of grow in the medtech space and deliver value to our clinician partners and patients is to continue to develop these relationships. And, the stronger those relationships, I think that the better outcomes you're going to get ultimately for the population, right? And we really rely on that type of innovation for the Canadian population.
Yeah, I would have to agree in that I think kind of landscape of medtech, it's ever evolving. We've particularly noticed that over the last sort of 3 years, especially. But I think this just means that it's imperative that we identify and maintain really strong partnerships within the global market. And I think the most importantly for me between manufacturer and customer is that everybody should have a voice. It shouldn't just be one person, the manufacturer dictating to the distributor or vice versa. I think that everybody should be considered, every point of view should be considered. And if you can keep up a kind of consistent, doesn't have to be constant, but if it's consistent flow of communication, you will maintain excellent partnerships globally. And I do think that it is something that everybody should take on board.
Yeah, well, there's a responsibility. I think for me, really just about what Alana said there, it's a changing world. Some countries are exiting COVID, have already done so. Some are partway through that. Elective cases are some countries booming again, catching up 2 or 3 years with the patients that are backed up in the system. So there's a sudden rush to need the product. Other countries not quite there yet, but getting there. And in a year's time, that will happen. But again, forecasting is key. I think also as we all read the news and some of the terrible things that we hear on the news, we're in a delicate geopolitical time too. And we have to remember that we're all part of a global village in that sense, and we've got to react to it when needed. And having that relationship with a distributor within certain countries is going to be critically important because they're going to be helping us react to these situations too. So from both the manufacturer point of view and a global point of view, this couldn't be more important.